What's up, guys? Welcome back. We're going to be doing the UCL Finals here on the OBJ match of Yemen. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the first round with OMG, or sorry, Get Positive pulling that quick 5-0 victory over OMG on the facility plunder. So we're going to jump in just a moment here on, OBJ Finals over here on Yemen. Once they're going to be following Nitro. So let's jump in to this finals match to see what we got going here. So like I said, we're going to be following here behind Nitro, running the Drake in the suit. Chain reaction is the first part of this round. We're going to jump across and see what we got going here, ladies and gents. Nitro's going to be jumping down in the first area, getting some quick shots across, see if we can get anything going here, but unfortunately he's stunned, and it looks like one of the boys, Sergio Pro, is going to get that quick hammer kill on Nitro. Jumping across, not die, getting the beat down on Santi, coming across in that apartment area. Lock-on's going to pull that spot, going down to the third area. Santi and the boys are trying to stunt them as much as possible, but it looks like what you're going to see throughout this match is they're going to be stuck on 3 and 2 for the majority of the match. Sergio Pro down here getting some awesome kills, a beatdown. Unfortunately gets stunned by Smack, coming across, getting those kills. Carrie's going to come in, get some shots across with the help of his buddy Leon Brembo, getting that kill on Tice, but Tice comes right back in. Or sorry, Tice comes in separately and gets the kill on the boys down there. You got Nitro down here, gets some beat down, some shots, retaliation medal on Nitro, coming across on Sergio. See if they can get back up in this area. It's going to be a little too slow. He's going to get popped by the shotgun by the boy sitting up here in the top area. See, like I said, the 2 and the 3 spot is so hard to hold down. I mean, Lois, when you're playing Yemen, especially the chain reaction, I mean, like, what is the thing you got to do to really push these barriers?
What's really critical is that you got to definitely, you got to have multiple guys pushing, one area at a time. If you got one guy going, it looks like OMG just has 1 or 2 guys pushing 3 at all times, and that's not enough. It's not enough to hold them off. And Get Positive's doing a good job breaking the hills and breaking their captures, and it's just like OMG's not able to get it.
Yeah, and even when OMG comes down, and you saw Sergio come across and stunt that hill, Carrie's in here trying to grab number 3. The problem is they have it for such a small amount of time, and, Get Positive jumps right back in right away and takes those kills and makes sure they got going on what they got. See, they almost had the hill, but they jumped in at the last second. Nitro and Lock-on coming, or sorry, Lock-on and looks like Tyson coming in at the last second, making sure that they stunt that hill. But now OMG has captured 3, but unfortunately they can't keep it for very long because they're already back in it again. This is just a constant rehashing of what's going on here. Nitro with the quick kill, and it looks like Get Positive is back into the match, back into that area, and taking care of business. So this is a huge stalemate. Nitro coming in with that kill. As you can see, Nitro also messaging me at the same time, but we're just going to have to go with what we see here. Lois, if you are OMG, you lost the first match, you lost the first round, the first map. I mean, what do you got to do here? Is it do or die? Do you have to fight as hard as you can? Is it just balls to the wall, or do you have to play smart, play safe? Just make sure you don't make too many mistakes.
Against a team like Get Positive, you can't just go out there balls to the wall. You still have to play safe. You still have to play relatively conservatively. I mean, you gotta be smart in what you're doing, because if you go out there just balls to the wall, hoping to outslay everything, these guys are just gonna crush you.
Yeah, and Sergio Pro here, we're getting some quick shots across the level. Got a nice beat down on one of the Get Positive guys, but unfortunately it's not going to work because they're going to have to jump back into 2, grab 2 as fast as possible. Santi over here trying to get some shots across. I mean, it is honestly like no man's land in the middle of that level. These guys are just slaying left and right. The kill feed is constantly moving. It's so hard to keep up with it, but there's just constant movement going on between these 2 teams. This is what you're going to get from the 2 best teams in Uncharted. I mean, like, this is hardcore OBJ. I mean, like, especially with chain reaction and King of the Hill matches like that. I mean, watching these 2 teams fluctuate, like moving, I can't imagine. I wish we could do a listen in on both of their communication, because I want to know what they're saying, because I'm sure it's just like constant chatter, constant communication between these 2 teams. It looks like OMG is going to try to jump back over here, but Santi's the only one running across, and you got 3 Get Positive dudes in his face as soon as possible. So Dai's going to aim the shotgun. Way to go, Dai. Way to go. Breaking the rules, doing what he wants, and that is a round 1 tie, ladies and gents. That is a round 1 tie on chain reaction that cannot get anything going. Looks like Dai's going to jump up in here and get a quick shot. What might be Santi, and is Leon Brembo is going to jump across, kind of get some shots, get some kill on Smack. Coming back in, tries to pick up that treasure. Unfortunately, there's so much gunfire going on. He puts the fisticuffs onto, which looks like Nitro, but Nitro gets the kill also. Die with the beat down to the face with the plunder, but cannot hold on to it. Looks like the boys for OMG are going to pick it up and run it to the back. TiceMac jumping in here, trying to get some quick kills, taking care of business. See what's going on here. It looks like they're trying to run it to the back side of the map, and that would be Lock-On that has the treasure. Excuse me. Lock-On's going to come back here in the smartest area of Yemen. This is probably the best spot to hold the treasure because you can cover all angles best as possible, and Lock-On's going to have enough time to react if nades and or members come across with the beatdown to the face. I love those things. Treasure beatdowns are my favorite because it's just instantaneous, real quick, taking care of business. So, Lowest, what are you seeing going on here? I mean, let's talk about the playership on Get Positive, and what are you seeing from the players so far?
Get Positive, just they've got their stuff down. Just like we saw in Plunder, we're seeing it again in Objective. They're up top here. They're set up. They know if OMG comes in here, they're gonna have 4 guys to deal with. It's going to be hard for OMG to get in there and break. They need something. They need to rush real hard, or they need to get a power weapon to get in there because Get Positive's real set up. It's going to be hard to break that strategy.
Yeah, it looks like Santi coming in here. Unfortunately, gets the kill, but also knocks down Lock-On as he gets beat down to the face. But the treasure is dropped, so that gives time for Carrie and the boys to pick it up. He gets a beat down on Die, comes over. His boys are going to pick up the treasure, and they're going to try to beat out this 76-point lead from Get Positive. We have about 2 minutes left in Treasure Hunter. It is 0-0 because the first round was a tie. Obviously, we were going to 150, but I don't know if we're going to make it that far at this point because these two teams are so close. The thing with OMG is what I've noticed in this match. I don't know if this is really OMG that's playing. I feel like they're a little too timid, they're a little too behind on the count. They're throwing balls and they're not throwing strikes, and I think they're just a little out of their element right now. And I think that's what's affecting them because this is not the usual team that I know OMG to be. Maybe it's that first time. Maybe it's the the championship jitters. Maybe it's that it's just a little bit of overwhelming at the beginning of this idea, this match. But we're going to jump back in here. We're going to see if OMG can kind of try to get up there and get a push on top of there. Throwing that nade back from Leon Brambeau. Die's up there waiting for him. Getting the come across. Die and TiceMac getting those quick kills with Lock-On. And the thing is, they're down three men. It's only one guy left from OMG. They're not going to get a whole lot done. And I think that's the thing that goes on here is that they just don't have enough people to help them out to achieve this match. And Lock-On's holding it. It is 120-27 with about a minute left. And at this point, if they can hold it for a couple more seconds with the beatdown from Lock-On on Carry, this is all she wrote, folks. They do not have enough time to get back into this match. It is too much time left in the round. Unfortunately, they're going to run out of time, and OMG is going to try to push to get that treasure. Just to try to get some points, just to try to get some positivity going on their team. Because right now, after that first round, they had them going on chain reaction, but they could not close the deal. They could not push Get Positive back enough, and now they're going to have to reap, the 0-1 deficit at this point. So we're going to wait here for a couple minutes or a couple seconds, let this finish out. While we're doing that, Lowest, if you were a coach for OMG right now, what would you be telling the boys at OMG? Like, hey, this is what we got to do. This is what's going on.
I mean, really, the next round is it should be one of OMG's strong points. It's TDM. They're good slayers. They're good. Good team communication and team deathmatch. So what they really need to do is just focus, get the next round, and get some momentum going their way, so they can hopefully come back and win this match.
Exactly. So we got deathmatch running here on the middle of OBJ. Lock-On gets some shots across, gets stunned by the grenade. Santi running away. Lock-On gets shot in the back by Leon Brambeau. Getting that quick kill. Die back here, trying to get some shots the way it looks like on Carry, and he does put Carry down with the foul. All the boys on Get Positive are kind of in this back area, the little hallway down by the sawed-off. Tice trying to run away. Look at those dodging skills, man. That guy is just a beast at getting stuff done. I don't know what he does. If he plays on a totally another level than the rest of us do. Like I think he's playing another game sometimes. Like a newer version of Uncharted 3. But Nitro and the boys sitting up here. It is a 4-2 lead. OMG right now I think they're putting themselves in bad positions in bad areas. I mean, now it's 6-2. Trying too hard. You get a little too aggressive sometimes. You get flustered a little bit, and it changes the way you play. Sometimes teams can adjust to that. Sometimes teams can jump in, and that'll help them out. But unfortunately, they lose that next round. So it was 2-0 to Get Positive right now. with that big lead. That is a big lead in OBJ, but now we're going to be on King of the Hill, and one of the hardest King of the Hill spots in the map. Over here on the top side, if you want to call this the prayer room, if you want to call this the red drapes, whatever you want to call it, you know, the top apartment. But this is a definitely hard spot to hold. As you can see, constantly breaking that hill, jumping in, taking your visit. You know, this is the one thing that OMG does well on this part of the map. They constantly break it. They're constantly breaking it, getting in there, trying to make sure they get some points. But the problem is, as you will see as this progresses, they don't do enough. They don't do enough to actually hold it. They can break it, they can knock it down, but they don't do enough to hold it. You know, Die coming in, trying to get some kills on Sergio Pro, but Sergio puts him down. Said, "Not in my house, buddy. Not in my house." The boys are jumping back up in here. Like, there's just so much going on. If you're following this right now, there is this constant kill feed going on. I mean, okay, Lowest, you know, OBJ is, you know, DT and B, they always say that. That's like our best round. You know, the OBJ. Right. Like, what if you were one of the other two teams, how would you hold this down right now?
I mean, really, this is one of the hardest, you know, hills to hold down. I mean, you need to have two guys in the hill, probably, maybe two guys sitting out watching. But, you know, OMG is doing a great job, like you said, getting in there and breaking it. I mean, Get Positive was the first one to cap it, but they only got 15 points out of it. So OMG did a good job limiting them, but, you know, they need to get in here and get some points for themselves.
Yeah, and the sad thing is OMG might be jumping back in here, carrying the boys. Leon Brambo right behind him, jumping in, but you got to watch the right and left because you got Ty-Smack and the boys coming in all over the place. Die's the only one up there. Here comes, it looks like Ty-Smack jumping in, trying to get some kills, but at this point, you know, all you're trying to do is just stunt them. You're just trying to stunt their momentum, stunt their growth, seeing what they're trying to go on here, but looks like OMG's going to, if they can hold it for just a little bit longer, carry, dodging all those nades from Die, they're finally going to get some points up on the board. But unfortunately, the problem is you know, the hill switches middle of that match, and now we're going to be down in this back corner over here by these little back alleyways. Don't really know exactly what to call this. I guess arches, if you will. But this next like couple minutes of watching this is so hectic because there's this constant kills. I mean, like, they're jumping in, people are just spraying, trying to do everything they can to keep their teammates going. I mean, that's at this point, that's all you got. I mean, these tight little corners, you don't have the opportunity to aim in and be, you know, all precise with what you're doing. You just got to go in. This is true balls to the wall at this point. Like, it's do or die for OMG. They got to get some points up on this board because if they don't, this is going to be all she wrote real fast. But the problem is, they try to jump in, but it's just like the Get Positive guys are just all over them in a matter of seconds. It's just like they have this line down, this bull rushing idea down. It's like no matter what, we're always going to have somebody there. Just get one or two guys, distract them for as long as you can, and that's how this is going to work out. OMG is in there right now, finally going to get some hill caps, jumping in with the boys. Leon Brambo leading the way. Carey coming across there, almost dodges that nade, or almost knocks him down with the nade. Ty-Smack coming in with Nitro, and see, that's the thing is, like, at this point, you know, Lowest, I don't really know. I mean, we got to talk about the teamwork from Get Positive. Like, these guys, like, I don't think people realize just how good their teamwork is. I'm like, give them a quick breakdown of what you've seen.
I mean, really, Get Positive, you know, they're really stunting OMG and what they, you know, from what they're trying to do. Get Positive gets set up quick, very quickly, and is able to watch corners. They're able to watch where people are coming from. Nitro's stoked out of his mind because they're about to win, and these guys have, you know, these guys have that teamwork that is, you know, kind of an intangible that a lot of teams don't have and are able to, you know, to put it to work.
Yeah, look at that big score from Die. Putting those big Slayer scores up there. That is a, if I do say so myself, that's a squid score. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to say that. I'm nowhere near that level. But, you know, Ty-Smack up at the, you know, or locking up at the top, getting all those OBJ points, doing his job mainly because he was holding the treasure for majority of that match. But the work between Die and Ty-Smack, getting those Slayer points, getting those Slayer kills, is a big deal of why Get Positive beat OMG as bad as they did in this round. I mean, it's just like I said earlier. I think OMG was just. I think they got flustered. You know, the pressure might have collapsed on top of them, and the typical work we would see from these two teams, not exactly what we hope for. But as you can see now, we are showing you some quick clips from the TDM. It was a very long TDM, 15 minutes worth of absolutely nothing for at least majority of that game. I'm sure OMG and the boys will upload those matches later, but I'm not going to take the time to shoutcast or commentate over the top of a 15 minutes TDM. The final score is 10-4, if I do believe. Mac with a 6-1 score. Mac doing most of the work on that round, but there was a good 3-minute chunk when nothing was going on. It was just constantly flipping through who was not doing anything. I mean, it wasn't so much camping, it was so much of a stalemate. Like, they didn't know where to go. If you got out in the open too much, you're going to get popped in the face. It is on Museum. There's a lot of open area, but the thing is not a lot of people were sitting in the museum.
Yeah, both of those teams,
most of it all.
Both of the teams, were set up, and I think both the, either team realized, if we're gonna move, we got to really think this out before we do, because we're gonna get popped. So.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to pretty much execution in a sense that look, if we're gonna make a movement, we got to do it together, and we got to do it in concise. Obviously, you see that great T-bolt kill from Tice earlier in this match, and that's kind of the highlights, if you will. Die getting a couple of good kills, and some of the OMG guys getting some good shots. But the thing is they got down. And what happened to OMG, I believe, is they got in a situation where they had a plan. They were going to execute the plan, but Get Positive was so prepared for them, so they tried to jump in. Instead of losing only one guy, you lost the whole team. And dropping those points so fast is going to be detriment, especially in a TDM, especially when it's just such a stalemate for half the round, or pretty much the whole round.
Yeah, I think OMG, came in here. They had their strategies that have been working for them all season, throughout the Frag Nation League, through their matches they play themselves. And I think once their strategies were falling apart, they just didn't know how to recover and recuperate, and didn't know how to work back into getting into it. And they just got into a funk and couldn't get out of it.
Yep, and that's pretty much what you got, guys. So we appreciate you coming by and checking out the final round of the UCL Spring Playoff between OMG, Get Positive, the victors in this. They are going to go home. The top their four players, Die, Tice Mac, Lock On, and Nitro, going home with hot pogs for everyone. They're going to have their hot pogs delivered to them here soon. OMG coming in with the second place. And you have Saudi Elite coming in third, which is a pretty surprising team, seeing them come in like that. And maybe we can see more of them in Season 2. But we appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the shoutcast, checking out the finals. The tournament/playoff was awesome. We appreciate everybody that played, all the people that helped out, all the things that went on. Thanks to OMG and Atif for making those awesome montages to kind of solidify the thing at hand. But at this point, this is Lowest. Well, speaking for Lowest, this is Squid, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.